Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to Titanfall 2. Last time our robot kind of got stolen from us and we're on a path to get them back. But BT will wait as we muddle our way through this factory. So this means that we have a lot of on-foot segments to do, which is totally fine by me because this game has such a great movement system. Oh, well, so much for that thought. It looked like I should wall run that, right? Right? Okay. I don't know. This is one of those games where I just constantly feel like I should be exploring everything. And like I've said.
Cooper, if you read me, I'm being taken to this facility's substation.
This was supposed to be a shortcut, BT.
Perhaps Lastimosa was right. No plan survives first contact.
BT, how do I get to you?
You must follow the pipes to the lower levels. Warning, losing contact.
Oh yeah, so that was a pretty obvious pilot helmet. One of the things about the movement system in this game is just learning to time your double jumps and figuring out exactly when you should be launching yourself and when you should be holding off on that second jump. You know, if you can get away with just one jump, that's really optimal. Sometimes two will butt your head against the wall like it just did there to me. And that can sort of slow down your momentum and make things a little bit more difficult than they need. So, there's a guy. That's Marvin, actually. Oh, come on, game. Don't insult my intelligence. It's already insulted enough.
Infantry scattered throughout this facility. Be careful, pilot.
So I don't really use this gun, and I'm not entirely sure what the fuck it is. I think it's an LMG, but I've been wrong before.
Job is for Marvin, not to train this country. You're right, mate. We're overqualified for this pitiful assignment. I don't see why we need
I remember this now. It's a very interesting LMG concept.
Slisk, this is Ash. I have a Vanguard-class Titan. What would you like me to do with it?
Well, I bloody care. Destroy it. What about its pilot?
He is being dealt with. This facility was built to kill. I'm sure I can take advantage of that fact if I have to.
Ash, that place is not your bloody playground. I'm not paying you to be clever. Scuttle that place if you have to, eh? Let's go.
That's just pure stupidity on my part. So what you're really supposed to do here...
Destroy it. What about its pilot?
He is being dealt with. This facility was built to kill. I'm sure I can take advantage of that fact if I have to.
Ash, that place is not your bloody playground. I'm not paying you to be clever. You scuttle that place if you have to, eh? Let's go.
Pilot, I'm being taken down an assembly line. There may be a common exit. I recommend you follow the flow of the platforms. Pilot, this facility is extremely dangerous. Watch for crushing hazards on the assembly line.
So the Devotion is an interesting weapon that I never use, like I said. So it's a little foreign to me, but the fact that it ramps up fire rate over time is both really interesting and really annoying. And that is our first shield person. Shield guys, while not that common, can be very dangerous. And part of that is that you don't automatically kill them from a melee attack all the time. Sometimes they'll actually start hitting you back on that. Good. Ammo for the flatline, always helpful. So this entire facility is just really neat. And I've said that a couple of times in the previous mission, but just the movement speed and everything. Oh fuck, I timed that poorly. So yeah, there's a little bit of timing stuff involved. There's a little bit of kind of predicting where things are going to be and how things are going to roll out. It's not overly difficult by any means. Let me go pick up more ammo. Oh, good. Left me with what I had before. So it's just all about paying attention, which I just fucking didn't do. Alright. I don't know why I walked into that. That's like one of the first things you learn about this is to watch what you do before you do it. And, yeah, I'm just not paying attention today. So we want to wait a couple of seconds here. And you want to spend about, no time on the assembly line while you are fighting. It's a very interesting concept to be up. I've literally never seen them try to get up there before. You can see the damage done by enemies with the melee attack is pretty significant. And there we go. So you don't have to get around shield guys at all times to do damage to them, which was what I was kind of trying to show off there. But you just saw how much ammo I wasted doing that, and that's not a good thing. Sometimes some guns in this game just do not have ammo around. Shotguns are always fun. And the game gives you enough opportunities to get around people and move over this thing and that thing, jump off this and that and everything to make shotguns very useful. Yes, I just ran away. That last guy. Oh shit. That could have been bad. More devotions. I'm probably not going to pick the devotion up again. It's got a nice fire rate. I'm not going to deny that, but... Or, well, it's got a nice amount of damage it does. That fire rate can be a killer. So let's try to melee this guy. And you saw there, I just took a significant amount of damage, and he still lived. And that's why you don't try to melee those shield guys. I have no idea what that is, but it is taking a lot of damage. I'm going to be very interested in a moment. Ooh, interesting. I was pretty sure I was a good distance away from that grenade. I'm just dying left and right in this playthrough right now. This is bad. This is actually the area that will probably cause the most deaths, because you're still early in the game, for one. And so you might not be super in tune with the game's movement system yet. And that can cause you some problems. How? Man, that thing does some damage. I've never seen a turret set up behind cover like that. I don't know why. They're not that common in this game either. Although they are a multiplayer option. Well. Stay down. So yeah, the combat in this section, just because of the movement system, and your... Oh my god, don't...
I'm being taken through an area stocked with prefabricated structures. We are not far apart. Keep moving.
I'm gonna make it out of this, BT. Hang in there. I'm on my way.
Your confidence that we will reconnect is encouraging. This ability to stay positive is the mark of a good pilot.
I just think this segment's really cool, by the way, where it's just putting this thing together. And it gives you an idea of sort of how life is maybe in the far future here, where you're going through, you know, you're going out and living in colonies and everything. And those colonies have to have houses built in them somehow. Why not? Oh no. No. We ain't playing with those. But yeah, like, the concept that you're gonna have, oh, I missed. But the concept that you're gonna have, like, these prefab facilities and everything like that is actually, I mean, I have to think that that's exactly how it would work. And having them put together in this massive factory like this and a huge assembly line system is, it makes her a really interesting place to run through and traverse. But it makes you think, like, that's gotta be how we do it in the future, right? If we ever got off Earth, we would just, we'd build these huge facilities to do this. No one wants to go live in a habitat on Mars, you know? They want to live in a house. That's what everyone thinks of when they, think of, you know, actually living. I don't know. And here we just see a bunch of guns strewn about. We've already got pretty much full ammo for everything. Though we don't have full G2 ammo, not a huge problem. Because we'll just pick something else up when it gets time for that. Now we just have to wait for our next platform. Yeah, you can see it's gained a little bit more stuff. Got a frame to it and everything. And wait for it. I love the way the movement. Oh, okay, good. But when you start running on it while it's, oh fuck, don't need that. Thanks. When you start running on it when it's moving and you get the different angular momentum going, that's pretty great. That's something you don't get in a lot of, you know, first-person shooters, but because momentum and movement are so important in this game, it's a big part of it. You dead? Good. We are not dealing with these things if we can help it. That was just a normal robot. That was not one of the up-armored ones. Ooh, electric smoke grenade. We haven't really used these yet. I'm not saying that they're extra useful or anything right now, but... Well, hey, here. As with most games, electrical interference stuff is very useful against robots. Just the way games work. And he just tagged me with that thing. Huh. I actually thought I was using a shotgun still. That was not me trying to get fancy with the G2 or anything. That was me actually thinking I had a shotgun. Yeah. I didn't intend to do this, but it was pretty cool. And it was convenient. Because I totally meant to come up here because I knew that helmet was there. Yep. So yeah, I think I ran past a bunch of guys. Not a big deal. And I'm doing this without seeing exactly where I'm going next. Which is, like I've said before, kind of a bad idea in this area. Pretty sure I'm going over that way. Just knowing when to jump off is kind of the big deal. Yep, this looks like a good spot. Ooh, no scope. The thing... You know, movement and momentum and such in this game is the big thing, and I'm going to keep coming back to that. But the shooting in the game is so solid that you don't really mind the segments where movement and momentum kind of lose some of their hold on the game. Like, okay. That turret has a lot of fucking health. Whoa. I am bad at shooting things. Let's switch over to the L-Star for a bit. One of the things I also love about the L-Star is that it will totally gib people. There we go. No more turret. Excellent. What do we got? Hey, you know, let's pick up the devotion again. I know I'm being shot at. Everything's fine. So, as I've mentioned before, there are not that many guns in this game. There are quite a few. I mean, hell, I just ran into the devotion. I've run into it before, but I completely forgot that was in the game. No. But yeah, it's one of those games that... No. Just keep punching. It's one of those games, it did not focus a lot on putting a million guns in the game or anything like that. And it was one of the criticisms of the first Titanfall, actually, was that it didn't have that many guns in it. It had a few, but it was like, you know, a couple assault rifles, a couple of sniper rifles, 2 shotguns, a few pistols and everything like that. After that, there was not a lot in terms of weaponry in the game. And people felt like there wasn't, because it's a multiplayer-only title, felt like there wasn't like a good reason to keep playing after a time. And I can totally understand that, considering I did play the first Titanfall.
Pilot, are you alright?
Barely. That was a meat grinder. You okay?
I'm undamaged. However, I do not believe this is a food processing plant.
With my luck, this place is gonna turn itself inside out.
Or upside down, considering the circumstances.
I love those little conversations between Cooper and BT. I feel like that was a really good way to sort of bring their bonding into the game.
But that's going to do it for this episode, everyone. I hope to see you next time, where we're going to go deeper into this factory, and we get to meet Ash, and we get to see one of the probably coolest sections of this entire game. See you then.